What's up everyone, Kate here from MB Tennis. Hope you guys are doing great today. Today we are going to be talking about a brand new racket that was just released, and that racket is called the Diadem Nova V3. So I'm very excited to talk about this one. It is very unique and I think it's actually going to work for a lot of players. Now before we get to it though, do not forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel and it does mean a lot to us. So please like and subscribe. We got lots of content coming. I'm getting to near the end, my 130 series. So if you want to stick around and see if I'm able to get to 130, please like and subscribe. And of course, all the other content to come. And also if you want to check out our stuff from the past. So like I said, we're talking about the Diadem Nova 100 version 3. So first of all, big thanks to Diadem actually for sending this out to me. I didn't ask them to send it to me. They just asked if I would like to review it, and I said yes, because I've actually never played with any of their products before. I do know that there's been a few people in comments and stuff that have, tried to get me to demo stuff. It just never happened. I was always busy or had another review lined up. But today we finally have one in the hands, and wow, I'm actually pleasantly surprised. There is definitely a lot to unpack here. I'm going to tell you about the racket first. So this is the third edition of the Nova series, so Nova 100 as you guys can see. So they have made two models before this, and this is the newest one. This racket has just come out. So this racket is trying to compete against rackets like Pure Aero, Pure Drive, E-Zone 100s, rackets that are 100 square inches. They're trying to compete against those rackets. So before I really get to this, I really want to say that this racket shocked me. Honestly, I was going to go out, I was going to review it, of course tell you guys what I think about it, but this one is different. And I'm not just saying that. I strung it up with my Tourline Super Toro. So if you guys also want to check out Tourline stuff, you guys can use our code 20% off. But this racket played like a 100 square inch racket that I've actually never played with before. I've played with Pure Arrows, I've played with Pure Drives, or at least hit with them. I've hit with E-Zones and V-Cores and all these, tweener rackets, bigger square inch heads, and this one just feels different. It was smoother, it felt better in the hand. From the back, I didn't feel like I was I didn't feel like the racket was overpowering me. Of course, there's some things that I didn't like about this racket, but I really think that this racket is like a Babolat Pure Drive killer. So if you're somebody that's in that kind of realm for a racket, this is definitely the one to demo. From the back, forehands and backhands, like I just said, really crispy, really smooth. I did not add weight to this because I really wanted to try it stock, especially these rackets that are, thicker beamed, 100 square inches. I feel like they don't actually play as well with weight, especially comparing them like to 98 and 95. I feel like those gel better with weight added right from the start. So I did not want to try it with weight. I wanted to try it stock, especially since, I've never played with the Diadem racket either. So like I said, from the back was very smooth and crispy. I'm playing with, my boys here at school, and like the power and the depth that they would give me in a rally didn't bother me, like hitting down the middle or hitting cross court or anything, which was very surprising because most times when I'm playing with these frames like this, they feel flimsy, they do not feel solid, and it felt completely fine. So that's very interesting considering I'm using a racket that's probably almost 50 grams heavier. So definitely interesting to note there. Up at net, not my favorite. I think that's expected though. It definitely was okay. If I compare it to other, rackets that I've played with, like the Blackout 100 standard length, I would say it's better than that for me. I felt like I was more connected to the ball in general up at net, and same on overhead. but still you're not going to get the same amount of feedback you would from a racket and the volley touch shots as you would maybe like a Radical, or like, well, I guess my racket, or even like E-zones and V-Core 98s. There's a little bit of a difference between, you have your 100 square inch rackets, and then you have the 98s and 97s, and you have some control rackets in there. So for a 100 square inch racket though, I would definitely give it a very high score up at net if you're comparing it to those, if you know what I mean. So for me, not my cup of tea at net. However, if you're used to these rackets, I think you'll be just fine. Also, the slice, I didn't hit a ton of slices with it because I feel like that's not really what this is for, but it felt okay. But it was really just on forehands and backhands that I felt like this was just shining, and it didn't feel like flimsy or anything. It felt stable, and this is all without weight added as well. So, also on serve, it can generate some pop for sure. This is, a racket that, like I said, 100 square inch, 16 by 19, it's going to be able to, give you some nice pop when you really swing after it and generate some of your racket head speed. So that goes for kick serves and slice serves as well. I think people that really want to rip it are going to enjoy this racket as well, like from the back if you like to take bigger cuts. Maybe if you like playing on clay as well, I think you're going to enjoy this. So, oh, and one more thing, the return with this racket. That's another thing with 100 square inch rackets. Sometimes without weight, they feel very flimsy when you receive, a flat serving, you got to block it. It just like buckles. This racket did not buckle. And I was really trying to understand, and I was kind of confused when I was playing with it because I was just so surprised, because normally you go for a block like two-hand or a block forehand, it just buckles. It did not. So, I guess bravo Diadem, because you guys surprised me here. So I think this is actually a really good frame. I'm not making any money from Diadem. They just sent it to me to give you guys a review. So here's my honest review for you guys. I think you really should try this racket if you're in the market for pure aero, pure drive, E-zone, V-Core 100 rackets. And I think you will be surprised. This racket is, I believe, 300 grams. Yes, where is it? 300 grams. It's a 320 beam, and it's a 1619, so it's very standard. But I think many people are going to be surprised by this one for sure. The cosmetic, I wouldn't say it's like my favorite, but it's cool. The feeling of the racket feels like a better version of the old Wilson countervail technology. It's kind of like this. If you guys know what that felt like, you kind of know what this will feel like, except I actually didn't love the countervail feeling. I thought it was too grippy. This one is same texture, but a lot less grippy. So if you like that feeling, I think you'll like that as well. So guys, that's it. Once again, I strung it up with my Super Toro. And yeah, very pleasantly, I'm pleasantly surprised here. They did a good job, and definitely check it out. Thanks Diadem for sending it to me. That's going to be it for today. Do not forget to like and subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, and we'll see you guys on the next video.